Chicken Run's getting a sequel? Let's discuss. Alright, so hey everybody, Bloodman Bobby here. So it looks like we are getting a Chicken Run sequel. Yes, that's right, it's official all news. It's kind of interesting to me because after seeing the original Chicken Run, it was one of those movies I watched quite a bit as a kid. I might add that it was literally the first movie I got to see in theaters. I was kind of thinking, wouldn't it be interesting if they made a Chicken Run sequel? Well, now Aardman is working on one, and it is in pre-production. There's some notes I'm going to go over. You might see me looking at my iPad quite a bit in this video. So the movie doesn't have a set release date yet, but Aardman said that it will follow the upcoming Shaun the Sheep movie. Sam Fell of Flushed Away and Paranorman fame is directing, and Shaun the Sheep's Paul Cooley is producing. Original Chicken Run writers Carrie Kirkpatrick and John O'Farrell are penning the script. There's currently no word of the original cast coming back, and it's not clear if original co-director of the first Chicken Run, Nick Park, will be involved in this project. Aardman is working with Studio Canal and Pathé to bring this new sequel out. Not much more details other than that. No word in terms of what the premise is or when it's coming out. So that's all we know for now. How do I personally feel about this news? I'm curious to see what's going to happen, because on one hand, I'm positive in the sense that, it is Aardman. They make easily some of the best stop-motion films you'll be able to see, and I still remember the original Chicken Run quite well. It's quite an entertaining, even thrilling movie. For those who don't know what it's about, it's literally about a whole bunch of chickens on a farm in England, and they have to escape because the owners of the chickens are really, really cruel people. They don't show this, but I remember they took one of the chickens and behead it and cook it for dinner, and it's about to get even more sinister because the owners of the farm literally built this chicken pie making machine, and that just makes the chickens want to escape even sooner. The chickens are basically led by this one named Ginger, and they come across a rooster named Rocky that they think is like, he could help us escape, he could teach us how to fly. And I don't really want to spoil too much. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ending, but I don't really want to get into like how the climax of the original Chicken Run works, because if you've never seen the first one, I want to give you a chance to experience it for yourself. So, but in terms of am I excited for a Chicken Run 2, I'm kind of split, because on one hand, I do really like Aardman movies. I still believe, to me, next to Tim Burton stop motion movies, there's some of my all-time favorite stop motion movies you could see. They're really well animated, really entertaining movies, and really funny films. I do recall seeing, I was a person who grew up watching the Wallace and Gromit shorts. I saw Chicken Run as a kid. I also saw Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit as a kid, and I still think they've got it in them to make a really creative movie. And also really helps that Sam Fell, he co-directed Flushed Away, even though that was a computer animated movie, but that was still a really funny movie from Aardman back when they were working with DreamWorks. So I think they've got some pretty good ingredients there. What I don't want to say I'm overly concerned. This isn't the kind of thing where I'm like, please Aardman, please don't make a Chicken Run 2. Please don't ruin the integrity of the original film. My concern more comes out of the sort of ambiguity of what is this new one going to be about. Now, it's early days, so, the story is probably still in development, and maybe that's why we don't know too much about any information about what the sequel is going to be about. It's interesting to me because I'll give it's a big, but it doesn't give away all the details of how the first Chicken Run ends. But the original Chicken Run ended with all the chickens escaping to this island, basically. And, they live there. They seem really happy. They're, playing around with these baby chicks, and they seem to be, having, living the good life. So I'm just like, what is the sequel going to be about? My first thought was, is it going to be about, you know, something happens on the island. Maybe something like, I don't know, they fight a bunch of coyotes, but then I was like, oh no, wait, no, that sounds a lot like Barnyard, which I don't hate Barnyard. I'm just saying that there's no way Aardman, you know, just can't see Aardman, you know, doing something, you know, that cheap where it's like, you know, oh, we're gonna rip off another movie or something like that. Now, if it does turn out to be some kind of a plot like that where there's, oh no, there's enemies to fight on this island, and, you know, it goes into like this kind of fun action movie. Like, I could even see them doing a thing where it's kind of like they do like a comedic, I guess you could say, war movie or something like that. Then I could see that happening in a really comedic sort of way. The other possibility I was thinking, I'm not saying, you know, they're going to go with either. Obviously, we have to wait until, you know, Aardman comes out with like a trailer or if they officially announce details. But the other possibility I was thinking of is, what if they forego the original cast and they focus on a whole new cast of chickens and they have a whole new sort of dilemma? Like, maybe again there's a different villain with this new set of chickens, but, you know, it's a very similar problem. The owner is really cruel and could possibly, you know, kill off the chickens if he or she wanted to. Again, that's just a possibility. It's not like anything confirmed from Aardman or anything, but I was thinking maybe they could do that. I kind of have a feeling they probably won't go that way because, well, the original Chicken Run is a classic in many people's eyes. I still really like that movie. I actually was just looking around the first movie, the scene where the characters Ginger and Rocky, they end up in that pie making machine and they have to escape. And looking at the scene, you know, it's still really, like, now that, you know, I'm older, you know, years later after having seen the film, you know, I really appreciate that, you know, how they were able to do that. I mean, you know, this is against, and I'm not saying I'm against like stop motion animated movies, but the animation and just how quick it is and how much stuff is just going on in that machine, it's a really impressively done scene, you know. So, you know, Chicken Run definitely has, you know, a special place in a lot of people. So I remember in high school, when I was on the school cross-country team, there was one day where it was raining, so my coach put on Chicken Run for us to watch. So it's a classic in people's eyes, so people still definitely remember many of the characters. I mean, I even remember there was like a Google Hangouts commercial, and it had many of the Aardman characters. Like, I remember Wallace was in it, but they also included Ginger from Chicken Run in the commercial. So I don't think so there is the definite possibility that they are gonna, you know, keep the original cast, which we'll still have to see, but I'm very curious to see what can they do now. I mean they do seem like, when we last left them off in the first Chicken Run, they seem to be, you know, living a really happy life on that island, but I'm kind of wondering, you know, what could they do? Is there another catastrophe? Is there a I just thought of this as I'm recording this video. Is there like a scary farm on that island? It's just like, oh no, and the farmer looks really interested in capturing us. What are we going to do? And maybe they'll escape to yet another island, but I kind of doubt that. So I'm curious to see. I definitely have faith in Aardman. They definitely have the ingredients to make yet another Chicken Run movie. But I would have to see more details to find out if I'm super, super excited. But it is Aardman. I do have good faith in them. I like a lot of the stuff they make, minus Arthur Christmas, which I reviewed last year, but I won't get into that movie. So I'm really looking forward to see how this goes. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are you interested in seeing a Chicken Run 2? What do you think it'll be about? Leave all those thoughts down below. Until next time, this has been Bloodman Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and feel free to leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell to get notified when I release my latest videos. Follow me at Blood Moon Bobby on your favorite social media platforms to take part in polls, see my tech tips, and to hear about my video plans. Thanks for watching.